and welcome on board the news track. नीतीश कुमार को गुस्सा क्यों आता है? Why is Mr. Cool losing his cool in the Bihar battlefield? That's my top focus on the news track tonight.
Two days to go for Bihar polls. Nitish loses cool at rally again. Why is Nitish getting impatient? Nitish को गुस्सा क्यों आता है? Top focus on News Track.
2 days from now, and Bihar will cast its first vote in this assembly election. As curtains were drawn on campaigning for the first phase of elections, Nitish Kumar lost his cool at a rally once again. In Muzaffarpur, Nitish hit out at the crowd twice as he was being jeered at. The Lokniti CSDS pre-poll survey suggests that the incumbent chief minister's popularity has dipped alarmingly. What's the reason for Nitish getting upset at his own rallies? Here is our lead story tonight.
As Bihar counts down to voting day, the incumbent chief minister is losing his cool. On at least 4 occasions during campaigning for phase 1, Nitish Kumar was booed, heckled and jeered. No wonder then, Bihar's Mr. Cool has now taken on an angry man avatar. At a rally in Muzaffarpur on Sunday, this is how Nitish Kumar responded. It all started in Saran on Wednesday, where Nitish Kumar was campaigning for JDU candidate, the father of Tej Pratap's estranged wife. As the crowd chanted Lalu Zindabad slogans, an infurious Nitish hit back.
हमको पता नहीं बीच में क्या बोल रहे हो जी? क्या बोल रहे हो? क्या बोल रहे हो? जरा हथवा उठाओ, कैगो अनाप शनाप बोल रहे हो? जरा हाथ उठाओ।
चारा चोर है सब, चारा चोर।
यहाँ पर ये सब हल्ला मत करो। तुमको अगर वोट नहीं देना है, मत दो।
Things escalated 3 days later in Begusarai after the crowd voiced its support for Nitish Kumar's main opponent, Tejasvi Yadav.
तो ना मत देना ना, तुम मत देना। तुम 15-20 लोग हो या हजारों लोग हैं, और जिसके लिए कर रहे हो, ये सब लोग तुम लोगों का पूरा जवाब दे देंगे और उन लोगों का हाल ठीक ठाक कर देंगे।
Nitish, who is eyeing a record 4th term as CM, is sliding down the popularity charts. Will he be able to beat anti-incumbency this time?
The anger and resentment against Chief Minister Nitish Kumar in this election is very much visible and palpable on the ground. In the past, his Sushasan Babu and Vikas Purush image was enough to bank upon during the elections. But in this election, it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi, his popularity that the NDA is banking upon to touch the finish line. With camera person Kiran and Nasir and Rohit Singh, Ankit Tyagi in Patna, India Today.
Over the last 15 years, I've been out on the campaign trail with Nitish Kumar many a times, and I have never seen him so snappy. He's always been known to be Mr. Cool, but in this election, Mr. Cool is losing his temper again and again with people at his own rallies. Joining us on the news track to debate and discuss Nitish Kumar को गुस्सा क्यों आता है, Representing the Bharatiya Janata Party, its national spokesperson, Aparajita Sarangi. With us from the Janata Dal United, we've got Abhishek Jha. From the Congress, its social media cell chief, Rohan Gupta. And for a non-partisan academic perspective, I have with me the lead psephologist and researcher for CSDS Lokniti, Sanjay Kumar. Abhishek Jha, in that report that we just played out, whether it is in Saran, Begusarai, Muzaffarpur or Aurangabad, in rally after rally, Nitish Kumar losing his temper at his own speech, during his own speech in front of people who'd come to listen to him. Why do you think this is happening? Nitish Kumar को इस इलेक्शन में इतना गुस्सा क्यों आ रहा है?
Actually, some people are trying to be intentionally and purposely. They send some people, I give them money, to go there and to speak out like that and create nuisance. But as you can see, our chief minister and the face of India in Bihar, Nitish Kumar, have replied so many times with smiling faces. But he was not
annoyed. He was not so angry. He told them that whatever you want to speak, you can speak, or you can go to the rally of the leader you want, but the people of the Bihar, the voters of the Bihar, will give you a proper reply on the date of the election. He was not annoyed. He is knowing it very well that he has worked so well for Bihar. Our party knows this, our alliance knows this, BJP knows this, that we are surely going to win 3/4 of the majority. But some
Rohan Gupta, the charge being flung by the Janata Dal United at the opposition, which is the RJD and your party, is that you are deliberately setting these people up. There was a video put out by Amit Malviya of the BJP today. The accusation is that these are a group of a dozen odd people in these rallies of Nitish Kumar. They're being paid between 300 and 500 rupees to go out and to bait him, to troll him, to heckle him so that he gets agitated. How do you respond to these charges? Rohan Gupta.
See, Rahul, as you have rightly told, you have many years of experience of working with Mr. Nitish Kumar, and he was always considered to be Mr. Cool. His anger and frustration are quite understandable. There are three reasons. Number one, he is facing the steepest anti-incumbency in last 15 years because of his non-performance during COVID time, because of his non-performance during the Bihar floods, and because of his non-performance overall, the corruption and all. Second is, if you see Mr. Nitish Kumar, he has betrayed trust of Bihar in 2015. He was voted in power with Mahagathbandhan alliance, and what he did to save himself from Srijan Gotala, he joined hands with BJP. So I think he is facing steep anger of people of Bihar, and his body language is quite understandable, and he has considered the defeat. Number two, when you are attacked by your own allies, see, BJP is not leaving any stone unturned to attack Mr. Nitish Kumar. It is said there is a saying called Ghar ka bedi Lanka dae. I think in Bihar it is BJP ka chirag NDA dhaye. Because Nitish Kumar ko Dhokha Alliance, NDA's new name is Nitish ko Dhokha Alliance. This is what BJP is doing. Now you see today posters, Mr. Nitish Kumar, who is supposedly the CM candidate of the alliance, he is not there in the poster. So obviously Nitish Kumar has every right to be angry. The party on whom he relied is betraying him by using Chirag Paswan.
You are saying that Nitish is being betrayed by the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is why he's angry and that frustration is coming out. You're also seeing these images on your screen right now from Patna, where you now have lots of these massive cutouts and hoardings of the Prime Minister. There are also hoardings of Tejaswi Yadav, but Nitish Kumar, the Chief Minister, is not visible in the hoardings. These have been put up by the BJP, but unlike what you would ordinarily expect, where you've got Nitish Kumar and the BJP leadership on the same hoarding, you only now see largely the Prime Minister, and then you see the RJD hoardings of Tejaswi Yadav. Aparajita Sarangi, respond to the charge that A, the BJP itself has knocked Nitish Kumar off all the hoardings that have been put up in Patna and elsewhere, and B, because there's Chirag Paswan in the fray, who even though you say is not fighting at your behest, but he keeps saying that he is, people are confused, and it's that frustration which is being manifested at Nitish Kumar's rallies.
A very good evening, Rahul, and my colleagues on the panel. Let me first tell you that Bharatiya Janata Party is solidly backing Janata Dal United, right? And as far as Nitish Kumar losing his cool is concerned, let me come back to that, the point at which we started. I would definitely not say that he is losing his Mr. Cool image. He is confident of his victory, and if you see the footages, if you see the images, you hear him. You hear Mr. Nitish Kumar. What is he saying? He's saying you can go to the rally where you need to be. You go and say Jindabad there. I will be winning in spite of you. This is an expression of his confidence. Now the thing is that all these boys whom we saw in the images on the screen have been planted in the crowd of Mr. Nitish Kumar. In fact, this is a belligerent crowd of about 10-15 boys, as we can see on the screen. So to say that Nitish Kumar is losing his cool, I think it is far from truth. This is one part. Number two, if you go by the statements of Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Shri Nadda ji and Honorable Shri Amit Shah ji, you will see that we are all with JDU. There is absolutely no misunderstanding in the understanding that we have.
But Nitish Kumar is a seasoned campaigner. This is not the first election he's facing where somebody trolls him and he gets agitated, Aparajita. He's been in this business for more than 3 decades. He's dealt with people heckling him. He never used to get agitated in this fashion, and you can say that, okay, maybe a few people were planted at one rally, but this has happened in Saran, it happened in Begusarai, Muzaffarpur, Aurangabad. It seems to be happening all over the state, does it not? In your view, are you concerned it could reflect a wider trend of discontent?
I am Member of Parliament from Bhubaneswar. I have contested election. I know how it goes. People are planted in different rallies. One rally is not held. There are many rallies. Maybe the Tejasvi Yadav team must have planted people everywhere in the rallies. I won't say he's losing his Mr. Cool image. Now, let me come to the issue of hoarding. Now, let me ask you, why is Lalu and Rabdi not on the hoarding of Tejasvi Yadav ji? I fail to understand why. The question is, the point is that Prime Minister Modi leads from the front. He is the face of the NDA. He is the head of the NDA. Naturally, Modi hai to mumkin hai. Modi is a big partner. Modi is solidly supporting JDU. Obviously, he would be there. So why should we read between the lines?
But neither Lalu nor Rabdi are contesting in this election. While Nitish Kumar is, and is it not surprising that in none of the hoardings in Bihar, you can see Nitish Kumar, you see the Prime Minister.
Lalu and Rabdi with Prime Minister Modi. Prime Minister Modi is the face of the NDA. Prime Minister Modi is the most popular political persona in the country at this juncture. He has to be there on the billboards. So there is nothing wrong about it. There is no comparison between Lalu Rabdi and Prime Minister Modi.
Okay, so what we do know, and you see those on your screen right now, on the posters interestingly put up by the Janata Dal United, the Prime Minister can be seen, but on the posters put up by the BJP, Nitish Kumar cannot be seen. Is that then to suggest, Aparajita Sarangi, that the BJP, just ahead of the first phase of campaigning, has now started looking possibly at its ally, Nitish Kumar, as a poll liability? Is that why he's gone missing from your posters?
Certainly not. Time and again, we have emphasized that Nitish Kumar would be the Chief Minister and whatever the numbers. So we are solidly standing behind JDU. We are with them. And there is no question of any kind of misunderstanding.
Okay, Sanjay Kumar, now this is a very awkward situation where, to be fair to the BJP, whether it is Amit Shah, whether it is Jaiprakash Nadda, the senior most leaders have repeatedly stated that no matter what happens, who gets more seats, Nitish Kumar will be our chief ministerial candidate. And yet for some reason, at rally after rally, Nitish Kumar is being heckled and he seems to be losing his temper in a way that Mr. Cool hasn't in the last 15-20 years of campaigning. Why do you think this is happening? Sanjay Kumar.
I think 3 things, Rahul, and all the 3 gets hinted from the survey which we have conducted few days ago. First, his popularity is declining, and that is coming out very obviously from the data which we put out. Second, he is not confident whether his own ally, which is BJP, the workers of BJP are fully backing JDU or not. Also, this is a fact which comes out very clearly from the data which we put out. In 2010, which is 10 years back, when the same BJP voters who were voting for the Gathbandhan NDA, 90% of them wanted Nitish Kumar to be the chief minister. So he was an undisputed leader of the NDA as the chief ministerial candidate. Now our data suggests that now it has gone reduced by half. Now it is almost 55% of BJP voters are backing Nitish Kumar as the chief minister. So he feels cornered that his own allies, the workers of his own alliance partner, which is BJP, may not be backing the JDU candidate in the constituency. And the last, not the least, Tejasvi Yadav, who is attacking Nitish Kumar again and again. So I think he feels cornered. He is cornered from three corners, and that is why I think that's the reason why he's losing cool in election campaign after campaign.
Okay, can I show our viewers now what's happening at Tejasvi Yadav's rallies? We focus so far on what's happening in the rallies of Nitish Kumar. In fact, Tejasvi's rallies have become a major talking point, so much so that even the BJP has had to come out and comment on the crowds, suggesting essentially that the people that you see at Tejasvi Yadav's rallies are largely the Muslim Yadav vote bank of the RJD, and just because people are coming out in huge numbers doesn't mean that they will be able to expand their coalition and get more social castes to go out and vote for them. But the fact is, and take a look at this report as we show you, that there is a certain sense of exuberance that can be seen. Tejasvi Yadav clicking with voters in a manner in which he hasn't in previous elections. And remember, here's a man who after 2019, the Lok Sabha elections, where the RJD received a drubbing, was dismissed as being a dynast, as being lazy, as being an uninterested, half-hearted politician. Well, things seem to have changed quite a bit for the young Tejasvi in less than a year.
It's curtains down on the first phase of campaigning in Bihar. And on the last day before the state casts its first vote, big guns boomed in battleground Bihar. Mahagathbandhan's CM phase, Tejasvi Yadav, held an agitation over the skyrocketing onion prices. Wearing a garland of onions, Tejasvi hit out at the NDA.
क्या मुद्दा बनाता है, मुद्दा बनाने से होता है. जो सच्चाई है, उसको हम लोग जनता की आवाज को सरकार के सामने रख रहे हैं. कहाँ है भैया? ढूंढो, नीतीश जी को ढूंढो, नीतीश जी को ढूंढो. नीतीश जी ने क्यों चुप्पी साधी? अरे भैया, बिहार के मुख्यमंत्री नीतीश कुमार हैं, उनकी चुप्पी क्यों है?
The other young gun in the fray, Chirag Paswan too, targeted Nitish Kumar, declaring that he will jail the incumbent chief minister if voted to power. This is the second time that Chirag has vowed to send Nitish to jail over alleged corruption charges.
सब जानते हैं कि सात निश्चय में घोटाला हुआ है और इसीलिए मैंने क्लियरली इस बात को बोला है कि अगली हमारी जो सरकार आएगी इसकी जांच करवाई जाएगी. अगर इसमें मुख्यमंत्री भी दोषी हैं, अगर उनके भी इसमें आता है कि उनको भी भ्रष्टाचार में उनकी भी भूमिका है, तो उनको भी जेल भेजने का काम हमारी अगली सरकार करेगी.
Under fire, Nitish Kumar hit out at both Tejasvi Yadav and Chirag Paswan. At a rally in Sakra, Muzaffarpur, Nitish hurled nepotism jibe at his opponents.
हम तो पूरे बिहार को एक परिवार मानते हैं और कुछ लोग हैं जो अपने परिवार, पति पत्नी, माता पिता, बेटा बेटी, उसी को परिवार मानते हैं. और हम तो पूरे बिहार को एक परिवार मानते हैं, पूरे बिहार की सेवा करना.
Curtains have come down on the campaigning for the first phase of elections in Bihar, which is going to take place on October 28. The last day of the campaigning saw heated exchange, sharp attacks and counter-attacks by the leaders of both the NDA and the Mahagathbandhan, only setting up political fireworks for the rest of the campaigns for the remaining two phases. In Patna, with camera person Kiran, Ankit Tyagi for India Today.
Now, the one big X factor in this election is how will Sanjay Kumar, the voters of Bihar, decode the attacks of Chirag Paswan against Nitish Kumar, the public statements of the BJP leadership that Chirag Paswan is not part of any plan B of the BJP. But the fact is ki man, people don't seem to be believing that. Now, how do you deal with this? And in the political firmament of Bihar, which is about as political a state as any in the country, how do you think this will actually play out when polling starts in about 48 hours from now?
See, one fact is very clear. In my opinion, people of Bihar don't like the vote katwas. And when I say vote katwa, these are the people who are not in a position to win elections on their own, but they are in a position to get a party defeated. So I think, in my opinion, Chirag Paswan is seen as a vote katwa in this election, and people would not like to waste their vote voting for a party which is likely to emerge as a vote katwa party. People would still remember the 2005 February election, which is the best election of LJP, when they won 29 seats and they polled roughly about 14% vote. And in that election, when there was no alliance got the majority and there was a need for LJP to extend the support to either of the allies to form a government, but LJP didn't do that. And the state went to poll again in October 2005. And look at what happened. In that election, LJP's seats got reduced from 29 to 10 and their vote also went down by 1 or 2%. I think that's the best election of LJP. So in this election, when the two alliances are formed up and there is another third alliance and he is not part of any alliance, he is seen as a non-serious player, whatever noise he may be making. This is my personal opinion. This is my opinion based on the data which we have collected. So I don't think whatever he's charging Nitish Kumar of being involved in corruption, but I don't think people are going to believe him.
Now here is the thing, and this is the question, Rohan Gupta, for the Mahagathbandhan, that regardless of the crowds that come to Tejaswi's rallies, regardless of the anti-incumbency against Nitish Kumar, in the end, as is often the case in Bihar, voters tend to cast them vote on the basis of caste. Jati sab par bhari, especially in a state like Bihar, and therefore, even though there is enthusiasm at Tejaswi's rallies, the reality is the BJP JDU caste coalition is far more socially cohesive and formidable in comparison with the Muslim Yadav combine that the RJD brings to the table, with very little additional votes coming in thanks to your party, the Congress.
Rahul, I think you have raised very interesting point. I see the change this time. I have been in Patna for last so many days. Now, if you see the way Mr. Tejaswi Yadav is getting response or Congress candidates, the issues we are raising is employment. That unemployment is the biggest issue. Wherever the rallies are, you just see when Tejaswi speaks on unemployment, there is a maximum support from people. So I think Bihar is changing fast. This time they are going to vote on issues. Whatever you say, Muslim Yadav, I don't think so. Now why is converted into youth and Muslim is converted into Mahila. So I think Bihar is changing very fast, and you will see when the results come, the youth there is really desperate. They don't have jobs. Anybody you go and ask, the first thing is jobs. And let me tell you, Bihar is a place where, youth go for government exams and government jobs. There, more than 4.5 lakh jobs, government jobs, are not given by Mr. Nitish Kumar.
Now, that's the problem for the BJP and the Gathbandhan and the JDU, the fact that jobs has become a rallying cry in this election. First, Tejaswi Yadav came up with the promise of 10 lakh jobs. The BJP initially dismissed it, then came up with its own counter, promising 19 lakh jobs. The issue of jobs is resonating more than any other issue in this election, suggesting possibly that some voters, especially the young, may look at jobs first rather than caste.
I would say, Rahul, that this time Vikas sab par bhari. As far as Prime Minister Modi is concerned, as far as Nitish Kumar ji is concerned, we are talking of developmental politics. And if you see the report card of Honorable Prime Minister for the entire country, more so in case of Bihar, and if you see Nitish Kumar ji's report card, I think this is the reason why all the pre-poll surveys are indicating good victory for this coalition, JDU and BJP. So I don't think there's any kind of impact that Tejasvi Yadav's rhetorics would have on the people of Bihar. People of Bihar want development. Tejasvi Yadav is full of sound and fury signifying nothing. And what will Congress say? Congress doesn't even have a face to project. Congress is actually firing from the shoulders of Tejasvi Yadav. They didn't find anybody else. It's a national party. It was such an important party. It has lost its relevance. There is nobody there. What is Bihar, the Congress spokesperson saying?
Okay, can I play out this report
going to decide the
filed
result.
by our team in Bihar?
I will make a quick point.
Okay. Go on, Rohan, quickly.
Yeah, so my question to BJP spokesperson, we are projecting Mr. Tejasvi Yadav as our CM candidate. You are not even projecting that. That's why Mr. Nitish Kumar is not happy. नीतीश कुमार को क्यों गुस्सा आता है? Because बीजेपी उनको धोखा दे रहा है. नीतीश कुमार देख पा रहे हैं. चिराग पासवान is creation of BJP. The monster which is created by BJP. Now BJP is afraid of the same monster. You go to the ground, the kind of confusion what BJP created. You have a party which is there in NDA at central government is fighting election against you. You are saying that your CM candidate Mr. Nitish Kumar is not there in the government at central level. So people of Bihar, they have understood your opportunist alliance. They are not going to vote for you. And when Rahul asked you about the unemployment, you straight away rejected the question. This arrogance is going to make sure that your alliance is going to be beaten.
Let me tell you very clearly, my dear
Mr. Modi is not CM candidate.
There's absolutely no connection with
Rohan, listen to her. Rohan, listen to her.
Question. You can put Mr. Modi's photo. Why you are not putting Mr. Nitish's photo? Even a small
okay,
photo
Rohan,
there.
listen to
Aparajita,
please.
There was a time when we talked to Chirag Paswan, we invited him to our party.
Rahul, let me complete.
Rohan, you've spoken enough. Now have the patience to listen to Aparajita. You've made your point. Now listen to her.
Paswan and his party. So let us not get into that. I'm just saying that Vikas and Vikas is going to be the agenda, and that is why the pre-poll surveys are indicating that we are winning. That's it. Unemployment is not the agenda.
Saying unemployment is not the agenda, but I just want to show our viewers this report about how jobs has now, whether anybody accepts it or not, whether they like it or not, the issue of employment, unemployment, Naukri, Berozgari has become one of the key chatting points in this election. Now, it's true that Bihar more often than not votes on the basis of caste and caste coalitions, but the idea of joblessness, the problem of unemployment is capturing people's imagination like very few election issues in an election before this in the state of Bihar. Take a look at this report.
A grueling journey. Families walking thousands of kilometers back to their villages in UP and Bihar. Many cycle. Many others hitched rides on truck-mounted concrete mixers. The hand-to-mouth existence of millions of workers in India's largely unorganized sector laid bare during the virus lockdown. Images of the migrant plight too profound and too fresh for the collective leadership to ignore.
15 साल में बेरोजगार नहीं दे सकता, कारखाने नहीं लगा सकता, गरीबी दूर नहीं कर सकता, पलायन नहीं रोक सकता, महंगाई कम नहीं कर सकता, सबको पक्का मकान नहीं दे सकता, भ्रष्टाचार नहीं रोक सकता, तो वो अगला 5 साल में भी कुछ नहीं करेगा.
No wonder in-house employment has turned out to be the biggest issue in Bihar ahead of elections. In rallies, TV interviews and social media posts, Lalu Yadav Jr. repeats his promise of providing 10 lakh jobs to Bihar's young workforce.
आंखें सबके खुल गए थे जब पलायन का सच्चाई जो है, नीतीश जो दावा करते थे 15 साल में बहुत विकास किया, साफ तौर पे खोखला निकला उनका दावा. और आपने देखा होगा किस प्रकार से बिहार के मजदूर जो है 1500 किलोमीटर 2000 किलोमीटर पैदल जो है वो चल के आए, पैरों में छाले लगे. शिक्षा के लिए लोग जो है बाहर जाते हैं, आप दवा इलाज के लिए लोग बाहर जाते हैं, रोजी रोटी के लिए मजदूरी तक के लिए जो लोग हैं वो बाहर जाते हैं.
On their part, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar's BJP allies have also pledged employment to 19 lakh people if their alliance retains power.
ये बार बार कहा गया है कि लालू प्रसाद राबड़ी देवी की सरकार में लगभग 90,000 लोगों को नौकरी मिली। नीतीश कुमार की सरकार में लगभग 6.5 लाख लोगों को नौकरी मिल चुकी है। 2 लाख शिक्षकों की नियुक्ति हुई है। आपको बताऊं, आईटी मंत्रालय में बिहार में क्या क्या नई प्रगति हुई। हमारे जो कॉमन सर्विस सेंटर हैं उनकी संख्या लगभग 3-4 हजार थी 14 में, और वो लगभग 35-40 हजार हो गई है। 2.5 लाख बच्चे वहां काम करते हैं, डिजिटल सेवाएं देते हैं। आज पटना में टीसीएस खुल गया है, बीपीओ खुल रहा है, मुजफ्फरपुर में काम चल रहा है।
Tall promises by the incumbents and opposition alike, but the scale of unemployment is writ large in Bihar's job market. Official data suggest unemployment touched a record high of more than 46% in April alone. But jobs in Bihar continued to disappear even more than a year before the pandemic had struck.
अर्धसैनिकों की इसी से निकलते हैं, अर्धसैनिक इसी से बनते हैं, एसएससी जीडी के ही वैकेंसी से। सर हम लोग चाहते हैं कि ये भर्ती 2018 में निकली थी और ये 2018 में निकली थी। हम लोगों ने इस भर्ती प्रक्रिया के सारे एग्जाम पास कर दिए हैं।
अभी तक इसका रिजल्ट नहीं आया है।
अभी तक इसका रिजल्ट
1 साल से हम लोग बैठे हुए हैं। मेडिकल भी हो गए क्वालिफाई, सब कुछ हो गया, और जो फिट कैंडिडेट है वो भी बैठे हुए हैं। यहाँ तक कि 1 लाख सीट जो है खाली है।
Bihar's prolonged unemployment crisis is not just about joblessness alone. The challenge for the future government would be to create skill demands within the state and prepare the young workforce for them. This report filed by Ankit Tyagi from Bihar for India Today.
Now, most often in elections in Bihar, most voters tend to think of caste first. Sanjay Kumar, amongst the youth especially, we're seeing a lot of talk of employment, unemployment, people with gold medals sitting around on town squares without jobs. Do you think jobs, employment, unemployment could potentially be the issue that drives voter preference on polling day?
See, in the past elections also unemployment has been an issue, not as big as we are witnessing in 2020. So in the past, youth did not get mobilized on the issue of unemployment. Largely they voted the way voters of other age group voted. But the kind of anxieties youth have shown on the issue of unemployment in this election, I think this election would be slightly different compared to the past election, only on this issue, that unemployment has become a much bigger issue in this election. And since this is a much bigger issue in this election amongst the youth, amongst the educated youth, there may be some departure compared to the past voting pattern, and these youth might get mobilized on the issue, not on the caste line, more compared to the past. I am not saying that every single youth will vote on the issue of employment and they will, forget about their caste identities. They still would vote, some of them still would vote on the caste identities, but there would be some departure. I think this is what is going to happen in these.
Now, Abhishek Jha, if that were to happen, and given the fact that we're in the middle of a pandemic, a migrant crisis with at least 30 lakh migrants coming back to the state of Bihar, most of the young people who are now largely unemployed, and the existing unemployment amongst the youth in Bihar, that potentially could explain the pressure that Nitish Kumar is having to face in his rallies and explain कि नीतीश को गुस्सा क्यों आता है. Abhishek Jha.
So it's not like that. And people from different states
to Bihar in the beginning only Nitish Kumar said that we are going to set up so many other projects also, and people will get employment under so many other programs. Many of them got work under the Rega policy program, and some of them got works other different programs, Jivika Samooh program, and I can make sure I have that data also. But the most important thing here is that whatever Mr. Nitish Kumar has done, or the government has done during this pandemic, is quite visible to the ground. Earlier, this opposition
always raised the question that the test number in Bihar is so less, so low. But after some months only, the test number in Bihar went up to even 1.9 lakh to 2 lakhs also per day. And Bihar has the most appropriate recovery rate in the entire nation. It is more than 94%.
Okay, I'm not on recovery rates and COVID at this moment, Abhishek. I was talking about the issue of employment and the fact that many youth in the state of Bihar are unhappy with your government's inability to provide jobs. And Aparajita Sarangi, Abhishek tried to shift the question to COVID, which is not what the question was about, but this is the one topic which is coming to bite the BJP JDU.
So I explained this. Let me speak now.
Okay, go on, Abhishek.
When it comes to unemployment, we believe that actions speak better than words. We have given jobs to more than 6 lakh people in the last 15 years, and the people who are making fake promises to the youth they are just saying that they are going to give jobs to 10 lakh people by the first signature in the first cabinet meeting. They have just given jobs to 95,000 people only. We are trying our level best, and the government is trying our level best to set up industries. We have signed MOU with so many companies, and many of the companies are entering Bihar. We have set up so many industries in Bihar, as you can see the example of cement industry or cycle industry, or you can see the example of food processing industries. Bihar is rich in all these
aspects. So you're making those claims, but the problem is, Aparajita Sarangi, that young voters in Bihar say they want jobs. They are clearly, visibly unhappy with the government's inability to provide them jobs. Aparajita.
See, we would definitely not defend.
Aparajita.
We would definitely not defend the indefensible. Unemployment among youth is definitely a concern in Bihar, but at the same time, I would say unemployment is a concern in other states too. While saying this, I will definitely like to mention, with all the conviction at my command, that unemployment among youth is not going to be the deciding factor in the elections this time. It may be one of the issues, but ultimately the people of Bihar are very intelligent. They would be looking at the development that has taken place by JDU in association with the Prime Minister and his team. This is one part. Number two, I would like to mention here that the average growth rate when Lalu Yadav was in chair was 3.16% in Bihar, and currently it is 11.20%.
Okay.
So we have to acknowledge
Rohan Gupta, we saw anger like this in places like Surat in the Gujarat Assembly election where you were closely involved. In the end, those traditional voters of the BJP went out and voted the BJP. It is possible that they may talk about employment, they may express their anger, but that's to convey their concern. But on voting day, follow traditional patterns of caste arithmetic and stick to the party that their family has been voting for. Rohan?
See, Rahul, I feel the way the atmosphere has been created in Bihar, the youth of Bihar, I think they have made up their mind. It's 40, the unemployment rate reached up to 45.6%. That is the highest ever unemployment rate in any of the states. One more thing I would like to mention here is, if you see the migrant labor crisis, if you see the youth of Bihar, more than 20-25 lakh youths, they came back to Bihar. And this was the government, Mr. Nitish's government, which never accepted them back. So I think that insult or that pain which is there in the heart of youth, I think that is going to hurt badly as far as Mr. Nitish Kumar or BJP is concerned. We just saw BJP spokesperson saying that this is not going to be issue, or JDU spokesperson trying to shy away from this issue. This speaks for itself. When Mr. Tejasvi Yadav or Congress leader speaks, why we get maximum traction on unemployment is this is the core issue.
Yes, but Tejasvi is promising the moon without explaining how he'll get there. He's promised 10 lakh jobs without giving a credible explanation for how those jobs will be created, where the money for those jobs will come from.
Rahul,
Yes,
he has clearly given the explanation when we declared our common manifesto. Let me complete. When we declared our common manifesto of 15 points, I was there. 4.5 lakhs. Please don't speak in between.
Abhishek, don't speak when you haven't been invited to. Let Rohan Gupta complete.
Don't speak in between.
Let Rohan complete, please. Rohan, quickly. I'm out of time.
Don't let them. Let me complete. First thing, Mr. Tejasvi Yadav said, the day he becomes CM, the first signature will be 4.5 empty government jobs that will be issued, that will be filled on day one. What stops Mr. Nitish Kumar from doing that? And there
because
is,
you need money to be able to pay the salaries of new government employees.
We just saw
and in a state where revenue accretion is already suffering, where is the money to fund those new jobs?
Rahul, when BJP is claiming, let me complete, when BJP is claiming or JDU is claiming that there is a development in Bihar, the money is there. It is question of will. They are taking people's will lightly. That is the problem.
Do remember that the BJP promised 2 crore jobs when they were campaigning. Now you've got Tejaswi Yadav promising 10 lakh jobs. To create those jobs is a tough exercise. To find the money to fund those jobs is tough. But this is an issue that is clearly
then why BJP is promising 19 lakh jobs, Rahul?
It's an issue that's generating some traction. We can keep debate. The politics of Bihar is so fascinating that we can be here with Sanjay Kumar and our panelists till tomorrow morning debating the various issues. There can be chai and coffee coming in. We will be no closer to resolution. Ultimately, it is what drives the voting instinct. It's not what voters say when you speak to them on the campaign trail. It's what they go and do when they're casting their vote. Will they vote along traditional caste arithmetic? If they do, then BJP, JDU have clearly the more formidable caste alliance. And if the youth especially vote on the basis of their anger over issues like unemployment, which is what they're suggesting at least in the campaign, then the result could be slightly trickier than what the opinion polls done by Sanjay Kumar and others have suggested. But it is, make no mistake, a fascinating election, and you need to watch India Today to understand what's happening on the ground. For the time being, Sanjay Kumar for your insights, Aparajita, Rohan Gupta and Abhishek Jha for joining us with your points. Thank you very much. I'm slipping into a break. I'll have more for you. You're on board the news track days before the US presidential elections. 2 American biggies and President Trump's close aides, Mike Pompeo and Mike Esper, are in India for a high-level 2+2 ministerial dialogue. Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar and US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo are currently holding a bilateral dialogue. Earlier, the Defense Minister Rajnath Singh and his US counterpart Mike Esper held a meeting. Sources say the basic exchange and cooperation agreement will be signed tomorrow. This has been put out in a statement released by the two countries. There'll be a joint press conference as well where ministers from both countries will be taking questions from the media. You can catch our coverage of the India-US 2+2 dialogue all through the day tomorrow on India Today. Thank you very much for tuning into the news track. I look forward to seeing you at 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Till then, from all of us here, goodbye. Good night.